On April 23rd, T-Mobile launched two brand new unlimited plans, Experience More and Experience Beyond. In this video, I'm covering what's new. I'll compare the new plans to the old Go 5G and Magenta plans. I'll tell you if you should upgrade to these new plans or if you should keep your current one. And I'll show you how the new plans measure up against AT&T and Verizon. Hi, I'm Stetson. I've been reviewing cell phone plans here on YouTube for over a decade. Let's dive in. T-Mobile upgraded Go 5G Plus to Experience More. 4 key changes. 1. T-Mobile changed the price from $90 to $85 per month. 2. T-Mobile went from including taxes and fees to now having taxes and fees be extra. And we'll talk more about that in just a moment. 3. The new plan now has 10 gigabytes more hotspot data. And 4. The new plan comes with T-Mobile's T-Satellite service for free until the end of the year. The free service is only included until July on Go 5G Plus. Then it's $10 per month. If you're wondering, T-Satellite service allows you to connect to the Starlink satellites and send and receive text messages in areas with no cell coverage. The rest of the plan features are the same. You still get unlimited priority data, 4K video streaming, international texting, 15 gigs in Canada and Mexico, and free texting and 5 gigs of international data in over 215 supported destinations. The perks are also the same. T-Mobile Tuesdays, Netflix standard with ads, Apple TV Plus, free in-flight Wi-Fi, and 1 year of AAA. Before we move on to Go 5G Next versus the new Experience Beyond plan, I want to talk about price. T-Mobile says this is a price decrease, $5 less per line. But the reality is this is a price increase for most people. Why? Because taxes and fees are now extra, and the added cost from those taxes and fees is likely more than $5. A big reason for this is T-Mobile added a regulatory program's telco recovery fee of $3.99 per line to all of their plans. When I looked at my previous Go 5G Plus bill, this fee wasn't there at all. In fact, I just paid $1.30 in total taxes and fees. When you add the $1.30 to the new $3.99 T-Mobile fee, you're now paying an estimated $5.29 in extra taxes and fees on the new plan. And that makes it more expensive across the board for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 lines. And sure, it is only 29 cents more expensive for a single line, but this is also just my area. Taxes and fees could easily be higher in other areas where they have higher telecom fees and surcharges. So for most people, this is in fact a price increase. Now onto T-Mobile Go 5G Next versus Experience Beyond. 4 key changes here. 1, taxes and fees went from being included to being excluded. So another price hike here as well. 2, hotspot data increased 5 times, going from 50 gigabytes to 250 gigabytes. 3, Canada and Mexico data doubled from 15 gigs to 30 gigs. And 4, international data tripled from 5 gigs to 15 gigs. And that's it. The rest of the features are the same. You still get unlimited priority data, crispy 4K video streaming, and international texting. And you can add a watch or tablet line for just $5 each. The perks are also unchanged. You get T-Mobile Tuesdays, Netflix standard with ads, Apple TV Plus, Hulu with ads, free in-flight Wi-Fi, and a 1 year AAA membership. Here is a pricing breakdown for multiple lines. And as you can see, like with Experience More, this is a price increase across the board thanks to those added taxes and fees. Speaking of price, T-Mobile is also advertising a 5-year price guarantee on its new plans. But in my opinion, this is misleading. Why? Because the 5-year price guarantee excludes taxes and fees. And what did T-Mobile just add back into their plans? That's right, the regulatory program's telco recovery fee. And what fee does T-Mobile literally make up and can change at any time? Bingo, the regulatory program's telco recovery fee. T-Mobile's terms and conditions specifically state that the price lock guarantee does not include add-ons, features, taxes, surcharges, fees, or charges for extra features and devices. And if you read farther down, T-Mobile says surcharges are not mandated or imposed on you by the law. They are T-Mobile charges that are determined, collected, and retained by us. Surcharges may change from time to time without notice, regardless of any rate plan guarantee. So the regulatory program's telco recovery fee is literally a fee made up by T-Mobile. It is excluded from the price lock guarantee, and T-Mobile can change this fee at any time without notice. In fact, T-Mobile has already increased this fee by 47% over the last 9 years. It was $2.71 in 2016, and it is now $3.99 in 2025. One user saw this fee increase back in 2017, and a commenter said, "It's basically a subtle rate hike. Since they said they wouldn't hike rates, this is the way to do it." T-Mobile could literally double your bill the next month simply by adjusting its made-up fee. Does that feel like your price is guaranteed for 5 years to you? In my opinion, it does not. And I think when most people see a price guarantee, they assume their bill will not change. But here, that's not the case. T-Mobile can change your bill at any time without notice, and that's why, in my opinion, this is misleading advertising. And fun fact, while I was doing research for this video, I discovered there is a class action lawsuit against T-Mobile for this very fee. The lawsuit says, in reality, the RTPR fee is a concoction designed to increase T-Mobile's revenue and pad its bottom line. And it turns out AT&T and Verizon also charge a made-up fee. Verizon even faced a class action lawsuit for its fee and had to pay up to $100 million to settle the claims. But just because everyone does it does not make it okay. I really hope the industry changes this practice. This also makes me appreciate carriers that include taxes and fees in their plans, such as Visible, Metro by T-Mobile, and US Mobile. Okay, fee rant over. Now you're probably wondering, should I upgrade to these new T-Mobile plans? Or should I stick with my current plan? Let's go plan by plan here. If you're on Go 5G Next, the answer is no. This is because T-Mobile is actually upgrading your plan on May 30th to include the exact same benefits as Experience Beyond. The same 250 gigs of hotspot data, 30 gigs in Canada and Mexico, and 15 gigs of international data. No action is needed on your end, and your price stays exactly the same with all taxes and fees included. So congratulations, you now have the #1 best plan on the T-Mobile network. If you're on Go 5G Plus, the answer is maybe. It is not worth it to upgrade to Experience More because all you get is 10 gigs more hotspot data and an extra helping of taxes and fees. But it may be worth it for some of you to upgrade to Experience Beyond. This would make sense if you need that extra hotspot data, the extra Canada and Mexico roaming, or the extra international data. Experience Beyond may also be cheaper if you do have a smartwatch or tablet line thanks to its included discount. That said, most of you will probably be happy sticking with Go 5G Plus. As the old adage says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. For Go 5G, Magenta, and Magenta Max customers, I think the answer is a surprising yes. The reason is because Go 5G, Magenta, and Magenta Max have been relegated to standard device promos. This means about $300 off with a trade-in. And it turns out when you do the math out and you factor in the cost of upgrading your phone every 2 years, Experience More surprisingly ends up as the more affordable plan. And that's why I do think it is worth upgrading to Experience More. Even if your monthly bill goes up for the cost of the plan, your net cost will go down thanks to getting $500 of extra trade-in credit when you go to upgrade to a new phone. Now, you don't have to switch plans right away. The best time to upgrade is actually right before you want to get a new device, so you will be eligible for the best trade-in deals. That said, there are two groups of people who should not switch their plan. Number one, if you accumulated a bunch of free lines on your account and your cost per line is around or below $25, then don't upgrade. Even if T-Mobile only gives you $300 of trade-in credit, you will still save money compared to the new plans because of your lower cost per line. Number two, if you prefer not to finance your phone through T-Mobile and instead prefer to buy unlocked from the manufacturer, then don't upgrade. Switching plans doesn't make sense because all you'll do is increase your monthly bill. And also, if this is you, how come you're with T-Mobile? How come not grab an even more affordable plan, such as from Mint Mobile, Google Fi, or another prepaid carrier? I think you could potentially save even more money, so it may not be a bad idea to look into that. I also want to point out that if you're an iPhone user, you can do T-Mobile's trade-in deal through Apple and get an unlocked iPhone. It turns out all T-Mobile iPhones sold through Apple come unlocked, and you can still get that $1,000 off promotion. Next, if you are on T-MobileONE, Simple Choice, or another legacy plan, I think you honestly want to do the math out for your specific situation. Again, if your cost per line is at around $25 or less per month, it probably makes sense to stick with your current plan. But if your cost per line is higher than that, or you want to upgrade your phone, then it may make sense to switch to one of the newer plans for that extra trade-in credit. Okay, so now you're wondering, how do T-Mobile's plans stack up against AT&T and Verizon? The entry-level plans are Essential Saver, Unlimited Starter SL, and Unlimited Welcome. Of these, Essential Saver has the lowest monthly price, but it lacks in hotspot data and in roaming in Canada and Mexico. AT&T's plan is better in both of these categories. And AT&T Unlimited Starter is also eligible for AT&T's best device deals. This means up to $1,000 off the latest iPhones and Samsung phones. When you do the math out, AT&T Unlimited Starter SL comes out to the most affordable package for both a phone and a plan. That said, I wouldn't get any of these plans. You can get unlimited data at better prices from Mint Mobile, US Mobile, and Visible. All of these use the same underlying networks, T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon, and give you unlimited data at a fraction of the cost. Even factoring in upgrading your phone every 3 years, these plans will save you literally thousands of dollars. Next are the mid-tier plans. We've got T-Mobile Experience More, AT&T Unlimited Extra EL, and Verizon Unlimited Plus. T-Mobile is now most expensive, but it does come with the most hotspot data, the best video streaming quality, and great international roaming features. Still, AT&T's plan has the features that most people need, and it's eligible for AT&T's best device trade-in deals. When you do the math out, AT&T saves you money over a 3-year period, and personally, I would probably go with AT&T's plan in this category. Next are the flagship unlimited plans. We've got T-Mobile Experience Beyond, AT&T Unlimited Premium PL, and Verizon Unlimited Ultimate. T-Mobile's plan is again the most expensive here, but it does come with excellent features. It's got the most full-speed hotspot data at 250 gigabytes. It ties with Verizon in offering the most international data, and it gives you the best prices for adding a smartwatch or tablet line to your plan. You also finally get access to T-Mobile's best device trade-in deals with the option to upgrade your phone every single year. The other carriers typically only let you upgrade every 3 years with their best promotions. T-Mobile's plan also includes access to T-Mobile Starlink service, which would be $10 extra on AT&T or Verizon after July if you do choose to sign up. And all of these plans, well, all the plans except AT&T include perks, so here is a full perk comparison. T-Mobile includes about $60 per month in savings if you happen to use all of these perks, and Verizon's plan includes about $28 per month in savings for all of these perks. And AT&T gives you nothing, it's just crickets over there. That said, perks are only worth it if you actually use them, so the big question is, how do the plan and device costs compare after the promos? All plans do give you up to $1,000 off a new phone with a trade-in, And here, AT&T's plan ends up the most affordable. What it comes down to is the plan cost itself is lower than T-Mobile and Verizon's plans. That said, AT&T lacks literally any perks whatsoever, and the savings you do get from T-Mobile or Verizon could make their plans more competitive for you specifically. In my case, I personally would save about $28 per month on T-Mobile and about $24 per month on Verizon with their perk offerings. My overall pick here is Verizon's plan. I think it has the best combination of premium features, excellent phone discounts, and perks that you can customize for added savings. But now you're wondering, how do the prices stack up for multiple lines? For one line, AT&T Unlimited Starter SL is the best value. For two lines, AT&T Unlimited Starter SL remains the best value, and Unlimited Extra also isn't too much more expensive if you do want a more premium plan. For three lines, AT&T Unlimited Starter remains the best option, but T-Mobile Experience More isn't too far behind. And T-Mobile Experience More is a much more premium plan, so I could easily see it being worth it for a family of three. For four lines, AT&T remains the most affordable option, but still, Experience More is not that far behind, and it may be a good option for families as well. It's also worth noting that T-Mobile Experience More is now cheaper than T-Mobile Essentials. So if you have four lines, go with Experience More, don't go with Essentials. And now you're wondering, okay, how does T-Mobile stack up with other options on the T-Mobile network? For one line, I think Mint Mobile, Metro, and Google Fi are better options. They can save you over $1,500 in a 3-year period. For two lines, it's the same thing. Mint, Metro, and Google Fi are great low-cost options. For three lines, it's a bit of a shakeup. Mint and Google Fi Unlimited Standard remain excellent options here, but T-Mobile Experience More is honestly not that much more expensive. Plus, it comes with way better features and perks than either Mint or Google Fi's plans do. And for four lines, it's another shakeup. Google Fi and Metro are now only slightly more affordable than T-Mobile, and T-Mobile could easily be the better option if you take advantage of the extra savings from the included perks. Plus, you're getting a way better plan with Experience More when compared to Metro or Google Fi. Here is a quick plan side by side, and you can see you get priority data, more hotspot data, better video streaming, and better international features with T-Mobile. Okay, so where does that leave us? With its new plans, T-Mobile is positioning itself as a premium cell phone carrier. It raised prices across the board with added taxes and fees, and it is not trying to be the budget option anymore. In fact, I think the days of Un-carrier are gone. T-Mobile has gone full carrier mode, trying to make as much money as possible. But to its credit, it's got a crazy fast 5G network, feature-packed plans, unique value-added perks, and really compelling phone upgrade deals to attract new customers. Now, in my opinion, I'd say for one or two lines, you're better off with Mint Mobile, Metro, or Google Fi. But if you have 3 or 4 lines, T-Mobile's new Experience More plan is a great option. One more thing, the best plan for you may come down to what network has the best coverage in your area. So how do you find out what that is? I made a free app called Coverage Map. You can go ahead and enter your zip code in the coverage search tool and instantly see how the networks compare in your area. You'll see coverage percentages, median download speeds, and our calculated reliability score. You can also browse the crowdsourced coverage map to compare data speeds on the different networks and see which one performs best in your area. Download the free Coverage Map app for iPhone and Android right now at the link in the pinned comment. I'm Stetson, and I know this was a long video, but I hope that was helpful. I'll see you next time.